It's the 5th of November, 2017, and the time changed. Kind of felt good to sleep in an extra hour after a convention. Got myself energized. Afterwards, though, we've already gone to town, gotten breakfast, got groceries, and now we're going to do our usual methods. We're going to watch the Creek's message for the week. And then we are going to do Gig, and me and Mom also have Going Through Who to do this week, so there's that. So I got a little something that's kind of making me on edge. Not angry or anything like that. It's more like, let's see how this goes. My doctor told me at the last visit that I was able to take my epilepsy medication, both pills for the day at once, because they have a time release in them. Never done this before. So, they are now currently here for me to take, along with the little round one right there is the stomach pill I always take, too. Not prescription, that's over the counter. I just take for some acid problems. But I'm deciding that I'm going to take them at night, because if anything bad does happen, I'm going to be asleep. So, if it makes me overly drowsy or anything like that, I'll be asleep anyway. So, probably wise way to go, wouldn't you think? So, interesting thing about that metabolism pill that he's got me on that I've got to think of. I was getting ready to finish a meal. Mom made homemade soup and some grilled cheese sandwiches. So I looked down at my tray and I thought, I don't get it. No, I did get it because I knew what was going on, but here's how it felt. I don't get it. Any other time I'd be able to finish this. I've got some left because I can't finish this. It's because my metabolism is different now. It's starting to kick in, right? So the thing that these pills do to my metabolism is starting to get back to how I used to be, because now that I think about it, that amount of food would have been too much for me back in the day, before the pills shot my metabolism straight up to high gear. So, yeah, seems to be working. It's the 6th of November, 2017, and I just tried something new that I want to tell you guys about. Tried out a new show, or I should say it's new for me. It's been out for about a couple of months. I've got a glow, and now I don't have a glow. There, that's a lot better. Anyway, I've got glare off my glasses now, but trade off. I prefer that over a glow, so yeah, we'll do that. Okay, anyway, production tangent over. So I tried out a relatively new show. It's been on for, like I said, a couple of months, but it's brand new to me. It's called Wisdom of the Crowd. The setup of the show, and it's a CBS show. I get to watch it because my parents have all access. One of the few things they did right on that platform is they haven't deleted old episodes of those, at least. CBS has got some interesting stuff going on with that mess. But anyway, tangent again. The setup of Wisdom of the Crowds is this tech entrepreneur's daughter ends up getting murdered. They lock a guy up for it. Everyone thinks that they found the killer. But then the guy gets a piece of evidence that makes him think otherwise. So with that, he ends up selling all of his rights to his platform that made him famous and creates a new one, codenamed Sophie. Sophie is designed to be a crowdsourced application that is like on, say, a smartphone or whatever that might be, to crowdsource evidence for cases. They started off with just his daughter's murder, and then the detective that they're working with, because of course they end up getting a detective that they work with, had to be that way, right? Ends up discovering another case and ends up putting it on the platform to see how it works. And so the fun begins. The first episode was fantastic. Looks like it's obviously going to be procedural. Reminds me a lot of Person of Interest, though. So it's going to be that type of procedural instead of just your regular run-of-the-mill thing. It's going to be interesting to see where it goes, but from the first pilot episode, I'm definitely going to be watching some more episodes of this one. It's definitely got my curiosity.
Well, I don't expect you to. I'm just saying it's up to you. You know, I won't know until I try it.
I've already got.
So I'm back. Had a good day at D&D today with the guys, the monthly one. Didn't do a Doctor Who this month because it was just too quick in between the two ones, and honestly, this week was the only week that we were going to be able to because it's November. This is Thanksgiving month, so stuff happens. So we took care of all of the screw-ups I told you from last time. It went pretty well, actually. We ended up getting a plan, stuff like that. We might have had to deal with a minor tsunami that ran across the town, but otherwise, we took care of some stuff. So now we've got a battle plan, so to speak. Now we're just gonna have to see if all the politics and everything involved with it go, because this is one of those D&D things where, oh yeah, there's some politics involved in this one. After that, because Jacob hosted us this time, he had to watch some stuff for his parents, so that meant he couldn't leave his place. So, in order to carry on with our adventures, he hosted us at his place. It was nice that we could figure out that we could do that, one, so if that ever happens again, we can still do it, and know we can still do it. But afterwards, we left. Again, he couldn't leave because parents. So the rest of us went over to Wendy's and actually just had a good sit down and talk, which is something we hadn't done in a while, I don't think. So it was nice to do that again. Afterwards, I got home and watched something. You're gonna need a certain sense of humor for this, but I'm still going to recommend it as a watch. If you go on YouTube, look up Peter Pan Goes Wrong. Well, let me explain. Theater troupe that does fill in the blank goes wrong, and the whole setup of it this was a Christmas special that the BBC did one year with them, and this is a group, to give you some context, that has performed on Broadway and everything with this premise, and this premise is a comedy premise in which, especially people like me that did drama, there's going to be little jokes in there that they're really going to dig. Imagine you are watching the worst theater troupe that has ever existed. Props fail. They forget lines. Disastrous things happen on stage. And as an audience, you just have to watch as this play dissolves in front of your eyes. And just as the actors, still plucky as they are, power through the painful mistakes that are happening. All of it, of course, actually staged. What makes it brilliant is all of it is staged. So some of the massive things that happen on that stage are just, you think, holy crap, they planned this. That's what makes that so insane, is that some of these things you think, oh, dude, that's, when you know it's all planned, makes it insane. Plus, the Peter Pan Goes Wrong has the specifics of one David Suchet being part of the mix as the narrator. And the way he plays his role is fairly interesting. I thought he was just going to be, just the professional actor that the amateurs got to work with. They do some interesting stuff with him as a character in a way that I wasn't expecting, and it's quite hilarious, the things that happen, especially if you're a big fan of his work like I am. So, yeah. Peter Pan Goes Wrong, look it up on YouTube, you won't regret it.